course, we're meeting for the first time, right?
Yes,
Yes, yes. So as you know, I'm Monica, and I'm basically from Kolkata. Can I know something about you?
sure. My name is Kumar Ravish, and I'm located in Noida right now. However, I basically am from Bihar,
Okay.
and I am on Clapingo to brush up my conversational skills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's brief about me.
Okay. And what you do basically?
I work for an IT staffing organization.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
great. That's
supporting
great.
you. We're supporting US clients.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay. Great. So, do you have any idea about the topic we are about to discuss?
I think it talks about tradition and culture of India, I suppose. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. Correct, correct. So, would you be interested in talking about that topic?
Yes, let's discuss about the topic and see how it goes.
Okay, sure, sure. So, what according to you defines a culture basically?
Culture means a lot of things. I think four, five different things overall. Number one is language and clothes, I think, and then food that you eat. Then I think architecture
Hmm.
and uh, and I think um, language. I think I would already added to it, right?
Yes,
So.
yes.
Overall, I think these things make culture of a country, right?
True.
So, if I talk about Indian culture and traditions, right, and we have all of these, and as we know that India is a diverse country, and we have a number of people staying here from different cultures, castes, creeds, right, and we live here happily, unlike different countries. If I talk about the food again, this is something which attracts everyone's attention.
Hmm.
If I talk about the uh, spices or leaves, right, and herbs that we use, and uh, that makes our Indian cuisine different from rest of the population. Um, that's number one. And number two is if I talk about the language, we have n number of languages spoken here. Uh, if you travel it is said that, it's an old saying that when you travel probably 3 miles, you'll have different language. However, Hindi is spoken widely in our country, and we accept this as a national language. Though there are controversies somewhere, people do not accept it. However, being an Indian, I
Hmm.
can proudly say that Hindi is one of the languages which we speak, and we are proud of this language again. And Sanskrit is also one of those languages which is treated to be an ancient language. And we really admire for sure. And there are some of the scripts written in that language. And English is the second most largest spoken in languages in our country. Yeah, and then this I think this was a brief about the language, right? And if I talk about the clothes and everything, right, and we have traditional clothes like dhoti, kurta, and then
Hmm.
we have a traditional attire like
Hmm.
saris that the women's
Yes.
yeah, choose to wear saris and all of that.
Hmm.
So there have been a lot of great architects in the past, which I think we find it difficult at times to compete with them because the kind of monuments that they have developed or probably created is something beyond our imagination, or
Hmm.
that boggles
True.
our mind at times, right? So even if you're competing with them with a lot of technologies that we are into today, right, find it hard in order to match their expectations. So all in all, I mean, we have India is a diverse country, and we have got n number of traditions, cultures, yeah, and we enjoy all of those. What do you think? What do you think? Is that something else that is coming to your mind? You said where are you from? You're from Kolkata, right? It's again a place, yeah, with a lot of culture and traditions, right? So recently we celebrated uh, Durga Puja, and
Right.
that is again one of the best festivals that we have as an Indian, right? why don't you add something about our culture and
Yeah,
probably the
sure. So yes, of course, every state has a different culture. As you said, India is a diverse country and it's rich in culture. Especially if every state has its own different culture, which I love personally. Right? To be very honest, is I'm a voracious learner when it comes to learning about cultures. I love learning something from every state. Even when I come across learners from every different state, I always end up asking them, what is the popular food and the culture in your place that you go about? Okay, this is where you take the pride in. What is it? What do you think? What is it in your state, in your native place, maybe?
native place. Okay. I think Bihar is known for its litti chokha, right? And you must have heard about it, right? And
True,
people
true, true.
really love. Though I mean, those litti chokha is not being prepared where I live, but that is treated to be the
Oh.
the one of the famous dishes we have in our
Mm-hmm.
state. Yes, and that's basically that is because of the our state is known for. So there are other things as well, but litti chokha is one of the famous dishes we have.
True, true, true. Even
Yeah.
yes, yes. Every point that you spoke out were very valid enough. Yes, it actually sums up everything about what the culture is meant for India, especially because
Right.
India has like such multicultural country. Actually, it just doesn't have a single culture. It has every state has its own different cultures. Even within a state, you'll find some diverse cultures going around. So yes,
Right.
we cannot just count it. It is like infinite. We just cannot count the number of cultures that are developing each day and the traditions we have. Northeastern states have a different culture altogether. Then we have something from the south and the north. I mean, it's actually an amalgamation of cultures, we can say. Right?
Absolutely.
Yes. Right, right, right. Now, what has surprised you when you have interacted or met with people from other countries? Have you met any such people from other countries?
Oh, yes, I have met a lot of Americans because, as I said, like we support Americans, right? So a lot of Americans come to our offices
Okay.
every now and then, and we got a chance to speak to them and about their culture. And
Mm-hmm.
actually, on over the call or over the Skype and all of that, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's our regular day-to-day activities where we
Mm-hmm.
communicate with them, right? So they have again. I mean, you would be amazed to know that USA does not have any official language. They speak a lot of languages again, Chinese, probably French, Spanish, right? And there are so many local languages even they speak. So most of us have the notion that in USA English is treated to be
Yeah, yeah.
the official language, but that's actually not the case. And then they have different attires altogether, right? USA, in a different part of the USA, I mean, the people have different traditions altogether. They wear different clothes, and then dishes are entirely different, right? The cuisine that they have, right? They might not interest
Mm-hmm.
you at all because most of us are vegetarians, probably if I talk about Indians, right? And we prefer to have the vegetarian foods. And instead of even if
Yeah,
we talk about the non-veg, we have limited amount of non-veg,
limited.
yeah,
Mm.
the dishes that we prefer. But in USA, I mean, there are different people living there from different culture or probably different countries. So they prefer to eat a lot of, say, non-vegetarians, which you might not like at point in time. And
Mm.
then the best thing which I like about them is the English as a language, right? And they speak so well. They speak so. I mean, I'm really fond of their language and speak so well, and the sentence construction, and then the kind of expressions that they add to the conversation that makes the conversation really awesome and beautiful. I really like to talk to them and get to know about them. So that's something which I really like about Americans.
Yes, true, true, true. Correct.
Yeah,
So, have you developed an accent just because you're communicating with the Americans a lot? Because I see a
that's
little bit of an accent
Oh
in you,
yes,
right? So
yes, that's
yes,
because of that only because uh, that's not intentional, I would say, because
yes.
it's been a while, right? I've been probably working with Americans for almost like 10, 12 years now, right? And that is something got imbibed from there itself.
Ah,
So once you, if that is the part of the communication where you talk to them and then you try to say pick up those accents a little bit, but even
yes.
if you
Try
don't,
to
it
imitate them.
comes
Mm.
naturally, right?
Comes naturally.
So yeah, so that's how it is in my
Yeah.
case.
Yes, 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 yes. And even they use the idioms and phrases so naturally that naturally
Wow.
comes to them. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, I do
And
feel
that's
yes.
Yeah, that's where we need to really work on it, right?
Work on.
Expressions are very important, and the very
Mm.
simple sentence, the idioms and phrases that they use, that's marvelous. I mean, that
Marvelous,
you'll
correct.
enjoy listening to them, and it makes a lot of. I mean, it expresses the literal meaning of the entire
Mm-hmm.
sentence, right? You don't have to
Mm.
speak a lot of sentence, two, three, four
Speak a lot.
sentences. It makes such
Mm-hmm.
a crisp and clear when they
Exactly.
speak in the idioms and
Verbs
expressions,
and
right?
yes,
Yeah,
right.
correct.
True, true, true. That's true. That's true. Even I felt it. I mean, I haven't had a conversation with any such people, but yes, the movies and web series that we usually watch on
Yeah,
YouTube, where we are like, okay, how easily and smoothly they are just using the idioms, and we wouldn't even be able to catch 1% or 10% of what they are saying sometimes. So they are so
exactly.
fluent with it, right? Yes, yes, yes. Correct, correct, right. Okay. And what are the some interesting ways in which you think the tradition has been modernized over the years? Do you think the tradition have been modernized?
Oh, yes. There are a lot of twists and turns, had been brought into the traditional culture, right? The traditions is molding, or probably is rejuvenating, or I would say it's transitioning to a different phase.
Hmm.
I would say, right? And we're sprinkling some new ideas to it to make it more brighter, vibrant, and interesting. Gone are those days when we had traditions which probably we didn't like at this point, because the generation is changing, and the thinking is, of course, the mindset of the people are changing. So they do not believe in something which is obsolete. They wanted to make this
Yeah.
interesting, and likewise, it's getting changed, or probably the transition is happening, and people are realizing. And then somehow, if we go into that phase where there'll be, at times, you'll find, probably say 20 years, 25 years from now, there will be a big change into our
Hmm.
traditional thing, right? So I don't know. I mean, there'll be the alteration in the previous, say, traditions, which might end up into a new thing, right? So if you talk about those traditions, with the person who is, say, 70 years old, 80 years old,
Hmm.
they'll say that that was not happening in their times, right?
Yes,
And it has got
yes.
entirely changed now, and
Hmm.
that's a part of it. I mean, the
Hmm.
change is something which is said, like, this is permanent, right? And it'll happen. It's
Hmm.
bound to happen.
Hmm.
It's inevitable.
Hmm.
So that will happen, of course, and as long as it happens for good, for our good, I mean, that's great. Else, yeah, it'll be probably something different then. Yeah.
True, true, true. Completely. Okay, so for this, I want to say that yes, I agree with you, but I would rather say this.
Oh, we're on the same page.
Yes, yes, right, right, right,
Okay.
right. Correct. So yes, certainly when you're trying to use something that, okay, I agree with you, so you can say we are on the same page, right?
Yes.
Okay, right, right, right. Good. Do you know the meaning of this?
In a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat, yes.
In a heartbeat. No, I probably won't be able to guess it.
Okay, means immediately, quick. Okay.
Okay.
I couldn't get your sentence because it you just spoke in a heartbeat like that. Okay. So immediately, very immediately. The bus ran
Okay.
through me in a heartbeat. Right. Where you want to use the word immediately, so you can just use in a heartbeat. Right. It sounds
Yeah.
more advanced in that sense.
All
Okay.
right.
Yes, yes. Okay, so we have just a minute left, so I'll quickly go with the feedback first, right? So yes, what I felt about you is that, of course, you're a good speaker, you're a fluent speaker, right? It's just that I loved having the session with you. I loved conversing with you.
Same
The
here.
way in which you use the accent and the way in which you are, framing out the sentences, trying as much as possible to incorporate all of the vocabularies that you know of, is commendable. It's just that I feel that since you are right now conversing with the American clients, as you said, so you just want your idioms and phrases to be better. This is what I feel that you
Exactly.
want to,
Exactly.
yes,
I'm on it. I'm working on it.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
thanks for the suggestion, though.
Right, right, right. So this is what I feel. So yes, if we have a session next time, if we meet next time, so yes, we are going to talk something about the idioms and phrases as well, because
Absolutely.
yes, yes, yes. I think that is where you need some improvements upon, right? Yes. Other than that, you're quite
Absolutely.
perfect in whatever you're speaking out. I didn't find any grave grammatical errors as such, right? Yes.
Thank you.
Do you
Thank
have
you.
anything in your mind that you want to ask or say?
I think at any point in time, we will probably end up this